Hi and welcome to Harida Healthcare Moving and Handling Limited. We've created a range of videos which are used to support instruction of how to best apply each sling type. Our videos are to be used as a guide only, so please note that a full assessment must be taken by a qualified carer in every instance prior to a lift. First, a thorough inspection of the sling, binding and webbing must take place. If it's worn, torn or ripped in any way, then please discard and do not use the sling. Equally, make sure that you're aware that the sling and hoist demonstrate the maximum user weight clearly, and also that you are aware that the patient you are about to lift fits comfortably within the maximum weight limitations. The sling must also have an individual serial number that allows traceability for its model and design. Slings with loop attachments must be applied to hook-type spreader bars with loop configuration, and slings with clips must be applied to peg or clip-type spreader bars with clip configuration. Never use either design on a non-configurable spreader bar. It can often be intimidating being hoisted for the first time. Therefore, always clearly communicate your lifting intentions whilst providing reassurance both beforehand and throughout the lifting process to your patient. The patient and sling hoist falls into the regulations of LOLA, or lifting operations and lifting equipment, and PURE, provision and use of work and equipment regulations, and must be treated as such. For further information, please visit the HSE website at hse.gov.uk. Our Severn universal slings are popular models due to their shape. The cut of this product allows easy access or application in both the seated and lying positions. The design is available with or without a head section to support those with limited neck or upper body support. They are also available in a wide range of materials and size, other than the ones shown in this video. Ask the patient to lean forward, supported by the carer as necessary. Place the sling behind the patient's back in a seated position as shown. Tuck the sling under the buttocks, taking care not to pinch or nip the body mass. As the sling has been applied behind the patient, gently ease the leg sections carefully under each limb. Feed the straps through the dignity hoop section as shown. As the sling and patient are comfortable, reduce the height of the hoist spreader bar, avoiding the patient's face and head at all times. Place equal coloured straps to the bar, ensuring that the correct and comfortable position is achieved. Please note that some patients' clinical conditions may require various colour applications, and as such, a trained carer must always conduct this activity. Tighten the straps by hoisting under tension gently until lift is ready. Communicate the process to your patient throughout the procedure. Please note that if a patient has fallen onto the floor and the purpose of this lift is recovering from this, that you ensure that no spinal or neuro damage has occurred prior to the lift. Seek specialist help from a senior clinician if you find yourself in these circumstances. When lifting a patient from a bed, always raise the bed to waist height to minimise stress on the carer's back. Always use a Severn sling design with a head section fitted if lifting from the bed or the floor, in order to support the head fully throughout the lift. Ask the patient to roll onto their side if capable of doing so. If the patient needs assistance to roll over, this should be done at the shoulder and hip areas. As the patient is placed on their side, roll one half of the sling and tuck gently under the back and buttocks as shown, taking care not to pinch the skin. Roll the patient over to the other side of their hip and unroll the sling so that it's fully open, interfacing with the floor or bed surface. Place the patient carefully on their back and gently pull out any creasing. The ideal position for the patient's hand is for them to be placed by their stomach or by their side during this process. If your patient is on the floor, lower the spreader bar and open the legs of the hoist around the patient's head. If your patient is in bed, the legs of the hoist should be placed underneath the bed. Place the leg support section underneath the legs and feed the straps through the dignity hoop before applying to the spreader bar. You can then apply the head section straps to the spreader bar using matching loops or clip colours. This procedure should be followed unless the patient's clinical condition dictates otherwise. Raise the spreader bar gently, ensuring that no nipping of the skin or unnecessary pain is transferred to the patient. Regular communication and reassurance should be provided to your patient throughout the process. The spreader bar or strapping, if selected, on the rear of the sling can be used to steady the patient during the lift. A full risk and safety assessment should always be conducted with the patient and surroundings prior to any lift. Do not attempt to lift any patient during any circumstances without the appropriate training. Moving and handling vulnerable patients is a serious business, and HARIDA do not endorse unsafe or underqualified staff throughout any lifting process. If you're unsure, please contact a supervisor or line manager within your workplace who will be responsible for the correct procedural lift and training policies within your site.